Located on the western bulge of Africa and on the Greenwich Meridian, Ghana lies only 6 hours from the northern Europe and 7 hours from the Americas by flight.
Ghana is about 750 kilometers north of the equator and has a tropical climate with a temperature between 21 degrees Celsius and 31 degrees Celsius all year round. Ghana is made up of 10 regions and has a stretch of 540 kilometers coastline. One of the cherished enduring and cultural heritages in Ghana is the chieftaincy institution. Throughout the entire country, chieftaincy has been contrived as a method whereby local-level rule is achieved to ensure law, order and development. Thus, there is no village or settlement in Ghana without a chief or a queen mother. Although the institution has gone through many transformations in response to colonial rule, nationalist agitations, political independence and military government, its essence has remained relatively intact. Each town or village has a chief or a king and a queen mother as their traditional ruler. The queen mothers in the region have come together to form the Central Region Queen Mothers Association.
Because we, the queen mothers, want our voices to be heard. Various districts in the Central Region have come together. We've registered with the Registrar General Department and Central Region Queen Mothers Association so that we can go forward with one voice, so that our voice will be heard.
The Central Region Queen Mothers Association invited the student and faculty of the Morehouse College Pan-African Global Experience Study Abroad to participate in brainstorming workshop as a part of their service in Ghana.
Fundraise a certain amount for water, like we could buy a certain amount of water each month if that was helpful.
Your own market.
Oh, so creating your own market is still a problem?
Yeah. You can't
microfinance if it comes up, etc., etc. So that's one thing that MPage as an organization and Surface Learning is going to pursue. And we've had this project.
As there are different ethnic groups in Ghana, those from the Central Region are the Akans, and they practice matrilineal inheritance, that is one's mother's side.
We are Akans, and we are matrilineal in the sense that when there's a property that belongs to a particular family, I can pass it on to my children. But if I have a son, my son will equally enjoy the property, but cannot pass it on to his children. The idea is that my son is going to marry from a different ethnic group or clan, so that the children, my son's children, will also belong to that woman who is coming from a different ethnic group or a different clan. And so if my son passes a property that belongs to my family to his children, it means that we are giving away to a different ethnic group or a different clan.
All queen mothers have a stool called a black stool.
Queens or queen mothers, as we say, we have our stools. The paramount queen mother has her stool. The paramount chief has his stool. And then a divisional queen mother has her stool, and the sub-divisional also has her stool. But for the black stool, that is what you are on. So there's no way you can be the queen or the chief that you will not be placed on the stool for 3 times.
Queen mothers are the rightful owners of properties in the community and not the chief or the king.
In actual sense, we the queen mothers are the owners or the rightful people to the property. The reason is that you as a man, be it a paramount chief or a sub-chief or a divisional chief. You do not have the right to pass it on to your child. You understand?
Yes.
But me, my son, I can pass on the stool, that's the male stool, to my son. So my son will become a chief. And then my daughter will also become a queen mother.
Ancient tradition contends that the person next in order of importance in the native state is the queen mother. Her superior position basically is in relation to her rank within the circuit of the royal family and the important privilege she enjoys as a key figure in the nomination of a chief.
Because I am the rightful person to install a chief, I am still the rightful person to destool a chief. Yes. So that fear is also there that if you don't take time, your queen mother can also destool you.
Ohima, as it is said in Akan, queen mother, as it is said in English, is the senior woman of the royal lineage.
A queen mother is the head of all the women in the community. She attends to the needs of women and children in her community. A queen mother is supposed to be a humble woman, well disciplined, a good listener, and a mother for all. The queen mother organizes the women in the community and empowers them. She advises the chief on how best their community can be developed. The queen mother sees to the provision of food for the soul's purification during festivals and also ensures the chief is well dressed. The queen mother must be informed of all the matters that concerns women and children in the community for her to ensure that the issue is well resolved.
In particular, she is often the best genealogical authority in the lineage and gives her great influence in the selection of a successor to a stool because she is assumed to know the qualities and order of successor. Her basic role is to watch over the morals of the women and girls of royal descent and to supervise most feminine matters such as girls' puberty ceremonies.
In the olden days, we call something bragro. And this bragro was helping in so many ways that we think it is good for us to bring it back.
Similar to those of a Omanhene, that is the king, on Adai or Stools Purification Festivals Day. She either nominates or advises her Ebusiapeni in the nomination for installment. Some selected members from the Central Region Queen Mothers Association are Nana Ama Kweigua I, Efutupon Hema of Mankesim Traditional Area, Nana Emismakesi III, Aseibuja Hema, Nana Ama Asamfua II, Sana Hema, Gomoa Ejumako Traditional Council, Nana Ama Emisa III, Paramount Queen Mother of Mankesim. The installment of a Queen Mother is one that is of utmost importance to the kingmakers, because as custodians of the land, the Queen Mother contributes to the development of a community through the empowerment of women and children, since they are more vulnerable.
One day I gathered about 10 young women and advised them about their lifestyle in the community. I later put them into a tie and dye making business. They successfully went through the training and have graduated. These women, in turn, have taught others in the community, and this has given them a profession and has minimized teenage pregnancy and indiscriminate childbearing.
5 years.
I was unemployed about 5 years ago, and it was our Queen Mother, Nana Ansafua, who took upon herself and put us into batik making. This has really helped me and others to sustain our families. I also have apprentices who are learning under my supervision. This Queen Mother, Nana Ansafwa, has really helped us, so we pray that she gets another project for the up-and-coming youth. I am Evelyn Akom from Gomua Dehun, one of the 10 women who were put into the making of batik by Nana Ansafwa. I now live and work in Stradro, while some of my other colleagues are also elsewhere.
In this era of political agitation, the chieftaincy institution has been sidelined in partaking in democratic governance.
When the president invites either a chief or a queen mother, he does that for him or her to grace the occasion and not for them to have a tete-a-tete as to how to govern the country. We do have chiefs in the Council of State, but I cannot tell whether they talk on our behalf for development. Even some members of parliament do not visit their communities after we have voted for them to represent us. I think it will help us if our presidents and members of parliament should approach us, the custodians of this land, to brainstorm to bring development to the people. But then they are only interested in the votes, and so we do not even hear from them after the elections.
It
will not do us good if we leave our governance to our politicians, because before we attained independence, it was the chiefs and queen mothers who ruled their communities. They were well respected and disciplined in their judgment. When the whites came and saw this, they abolished it and brought in the divide and rule, especially along the coastal belt of Ghana. The Ashanti Kingdom kicked against it and it did not embrace it. In my opinion, I wish all chiefs and queen mothers will be firm on their feet in their communities and fight for the development of their people. This will enable them to be heard in their communities more than the politicians who come to deceive them with money during elections and do not come back when they win. I think it will help us progress and develop steadily. The Queen Mothers came together to form this association because we realized that we, the Queen Mothers, have been left behind by our chiefs. And they only refer to us for consultation when they need be. So we decided to come together to have a common front and fight for our voices to be heard. The association has helped me a lot. We are groomed to speak well, properly dressed, walk, greet, and many others. I'm very happy I joined this association. It has helped me a lot, especially how we talk and relate to others. Because as Queen Mothers, we must know our status in the community and must command respect.
As the president of the Central Region Association of Queen Mothers, Nana Ama Emisa III, the paramount Queen Mother of Mankesim traditional area, has exhibited an exclusive leadership role by motivating the members of the association and the people in her community, especially women and children, and has worked with the Ghana AIDS Commission in promoting HIV/AIDS awareness. She has been able to lobby for the Queen Mothers to be represented at the Regional and National House of Chiefs of Ghana. Her leadership role has extended to the 3 northern regions of Ghana to mobilize the Queen Mothers into forming an association. It is our hope that the Queen Mothers Association will receive the needed attention from government, parliament, and other development partners in order to embolden the institution to continue to play its leadership role in socio-economic development in Ghana. In this era of political agitation, the chieftaincy institution has been sidelined in partaking in democratic governance. The African queenship can provide leadership for a process of development toward goals that are defined and structured within a positive cultural tradition to bring resources and opportunities to the grassroots for Africa's renaissance. Let us empower the Queen Mothers.